or those of you that are watching after the live stream, you can view all the comments and everything as they came in on the live stream by going to the comments section and just swiping right on them. So today's live stream, or video rather, is going to be about activating you again in order to live forever the passive princess lifestyle, because you are the person that is going to be able to give yourself that life where you manifest anything, you get what you want, you get paid to do what you love. There's no one else that can get you there. There's no one else's unique talents, unique abilities, unique personality that is going to be able to get you there. Only you can do that. And that's why, first of all, so many people are like, there's so much information out there that we always take on everyone else's opinions, everyone else's beliefs, everyone else's instructions on how to live our life. And then we wonder why we're not fulfilled and we're not doing what we love, and we're doing a job that we don't like. The truth is that you have to activate you again. The version of you that once existed, probably when you was a child. And you neglected that version of you to keep you safe and sound. You thought that it wasn't very good to be that version of you anymore. You wanted to fit in, you altered yourself here and there, and you became a different version of you, which is barely even you again. So these are the things that you're going to be able to do in order to activate that magnetic version of you that people are going to be wanting to pay to be around, and they're going to be wanting to pay to be in your presence and to receive your unique skills, your advice, your whatever it is you offer, right? So first of all, I just made a YouTube short on this as well, and it's basically to start doing what you love again. Start doing what you love again. There's so many people out there that stopped doing what they love. They stopped doing it. Why? So many reasons why you might have stopped doing what you loved. For me, I used to do loads of dancing when I was younger. I used to do painting, I used to do drawing, and I stopped doing it for some reason. I stopped dancing because my parents stopped paying. I stopped drawing because I had less time. All of these things make us disconnected with who we truly are. They make us disconnected to our inner child. So the first thing that we're going to be able to do is ask ourselves, what does my inner child want to do? What does my inner child desire? What does my inner child crave? This is how you earn money whilst playing. Literally earning money whilst you're playing. Because you won't even be trying to do these things. They'll just come naturally. You will literally start getting, when you live in alignment through love, through doing what you love, you start to get inspired ideas, heart-inspired ideas. You start to live in alignment and you start to listen to your heart-aligned desires. You start to realise, oh my gosh, I didn't realise it, but I wanted to do this and I've had the desire here the whole time. So basically I started to do this literally last week. Here's a funny story. So my last live stream was because of this, and it was the most aligned live stream I've ever done in my whole entire life. Like, it was so fun. So if you was in that live stream, then that was amazing. So fun. And I found myself really coming out. My inner child started to come out as well. I was sat there and I was like, I really want to paint right now. I don't know why, I really want to paint. And I was like, you know what, do it. Don't listen to your mind that's like, oh, it's late, do you really need to paint right now? You know, you'll have to get your stuff out. I was like, okay, no, I'm just going to do it. I went to go paint. I was like, I don't even have a paintbrush. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not meant to be. Okay, right, I'll check in the drawer, and if there's no paintbrush in there, then, I don't think there is, so I'm probably not going to be able to paint. I checked in my cutlery drawer, and there was a paintbrush in there. These are the sort of things, like the bridge of events that Neville Goddard talks about when you're manifesting, the bridge of events. Everything will just start happening one after another when you're in alignment, and when you're in alignment with your manifestation too. But the bridge of events is what was happening. One thing after another, because I was in alignment and I started to get all these inspired ideas. My paintbrush was just randomly there, even though I Didn't even think it was. I haven't painted in years. I just pulled out my painting stuff the other day from the garage. I started painting, and then I was like, you know what, I really want to go live. Like, I haven't gone live in so long, and I really desire to get on a live stream and talk to you guys. And I was like, the limiting belief was kind of there, because I was like, okay, but people don't really join the live streams very often, like, time zone differences and all these things, like, I haven't really had that engagement before. And I was like, you know what, let's just do it. I did it with the painting, so let's do it on the live stream. Went live the other day, and would you know it, the desire came true, because I desired it and I did it, and I acted upon the desire that my inner child wanted me to do. I was painting, had the desire to go live, went live. Then I had so many people in the live stream, just randomly, talking to me, asking questions. I mean, you guys were there, right? And I loved it so much, because I was like, this is what I love. This is what my heart desires. This is the whole reason I created this channel, because I really want to just like help people engage. And the best way to do that is by going live. And it all worked out seamlessly. It was like this manifestation, I didn't even realize I was manifesting, but like it just all happened one after another. That's what will happen when you start living in your heart's desires and you start listening to your inner child. You know, on the weekend when you've got this really random desire to just start randomly doing something or go somewhere, that's your inner child speaking. Don't let your logical mind kick in and be like, no, I shouldn't do this. Like, oh, well, that means we'd have to drive there and it's rush hour and then we'd have to pay and we'd have to figure out who's going to take us there, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, don't listen to it. The desire has been placed in your heart for some reason on that day. It's because it's your inner child. It'll lead to bigger and better things. One after another will start happening when you're in a high vibration and when you're in alignment. So do it. Listen to your inner child more often. And before you know it, you'll be doing things that will get you paid to literally just be you and live in your inner child. You'll be literally earning money by playing eventually. How great is that? Earning money whilst playing. Because you'll start getting more ideas. People will be so magnetized to you when you're living in your inner child and your highest desires that they will literally want to pay to be in your presence. They will want to pay to just hear what you have to say. So then the second one that you're going to be able to do to pour into yourself and activate your truest self again and become magnetic, all the good things, right, is to pour into your knowledge. So what would you love to learn about? What have you been wanting to learn about for a really long time? What is really interesting to you? So for me, I've been into manifestation for ages. I created this channel last year about manifestation, but then as I was discussing this whole manifestation thing with Aaron, he started to bring the logical side to it, the kind of quantum physics side and the psychological side. So I started to get really interested in positive psychology, which is literally all about like success psychology, what makes people's minds work in terms of success instead of like the shadow work side. This is more like the light work side. So I started to take psychology courses, but again, not just any psychology courses, positive psychology courses. And the great thing is that a lot of these courses are actually free and you just pay to complete them at the end or get the certificate if you want them. I'm not interested in the certificate or certification. I just want to listen to the knowledge for fun. I don't care about the results on the other end. I just want to listen and sit there and have it on my TV and sit on the sofa and listen to this lecture just for the fun of it, because I want to listen to what these people have to say. What is it you have been wanting to learn? Just even a little bit about, just a little bit of curiosity. By the way, the app that I use for the courses, if you guys want to go on there, because like I said, they are free as long as you get the courses and not the full university degrees. I think it's by MIT and Harvard. It's got a name, I think it's ETA, something like that, but it's by MIT and Harvard crossed together, and I just go on the free courses. And again, you can pay at the end to get the full qualification and all that business, but I'm just super enjoying taking loads of random courses. Oh, also places like Skillshare do courses, but I think you have to pay for Skillshare. So just investing in your knowledge, in fun, anything, right? And the good thing is that especially investing in things through things like books, it can be a lot more structured than places like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram where you would usually get a lot of your information from. So just learning like intellectual things as well is going to bring out your inner child, because you're learning and you're bringing the discipline out and you're actually just listening to your heart's desires. You might realize this is the field I want to go into. Oh, I love this subject and I love this subject, so I'm going to do a cross between the two. For me, it was like manifestation, a little bit of quantum physics, and then a lot of positive psychology. So I just combined all these subjects. I combined psychology with spirituality, and it made this huge, massive inner work manifestation baby, which is this channel. That was my inner child coming out. There is no other person on this planet that will do their channel exactly the same as mine. There will be people doing manifestation, people doing psychology, people doing, I don't know, quantum physics, people doing pure spirituality and channeled messages. But whatever you guys do, whatever you guys love, there will never be someone doing it the way that you do it, the way that you say it, the way that your personality conveys it, your setup, the way you look. No one can be you. You are the only person that can be you. So listen to your desires, and your personality and your inner self, your inner child will flourish. And you will start finding yourself again after all these years. Even if you don't feel lost, even if you don't feel unhappy, there is a part of you that is lost. Your inner child is very deep. Like, it's so, you don't probably realize it, but these are the things that are going to get you to be paid to do what you love. Okay, so third thing is, the third thing is spend time being fully present and start hearing your truest desires again. When we are in our logical mind all the time, we cannot hear what we want. Instead, we make decisions based on logic. And as women, as feminine women, this takes away our power and it takes away our feminine divinity. It takes away our heart's desires and it takes away any love and pleasure in our life when we're constantly thinking from logic. We will never be able to experience pleasure on a deep level if we're constantly listening to our mind. So starting to be present with yourself more often, doing nothing, doing one thing at a time, actually grounding yourself, doing all these little things, those are the things that will get you fully relaxed, embodied, heart aligned, and just like literally this feeling of bliss. I started to be fully present with myself in September, even after starting this YouTube channel. That is when all of my ADHD like symptoms disappeared. I thought that I couldn't read because I thought I couldn't read more than like a line without getting bored, and reading the line over and over and over and it just not going in. I couldn't sit still without playing with my hair very long. My hair was all broken. You can see that the ends are still very broken, even though I've had some haircuts. But these pieces of hairs were like up here, literally. Because rather than this side that's like all one length, see? This side's still all broken because I could never sit still. I was never present in the moment. I was always thinking about the past, thinking about the future. I was very dysregulated in my nervous system. And I thought I had ADHD, and like I said, I couldn't read, I couldn't sit still. The second I decided I needed to sit still, calm down, be present, do nothing, do one at a time, task-wise, everything, it was insane. I was a different person, positively. I stopped messing with my hair all the time. I stopped biting my nails. You guys look at my nails now. Like, literally, can you see this? I do my nails myself now every, 3 weeks or so. They are so long and healthy. I used to have the stubbiest nails. They didn't exist. The second I started to get present, slow down, my nails, my mind, I didn't forget things. I became more sharp thinking, stopped playing with my hair, stopped craving caffeine, which keeps you in your mind, stop being stressed all the time. Like, oh my God, so many things. Also, paying attention to what triggers you into that state. So for me, it was my business at the time. And that kept me constantly in my mind. I was constantly making decisions, deciding, finances, taxes, all of those things. So with a combination of turning that down a little bit and also just taking my life slower, I was able to fully regulate myself. Again, fully be in the present. And then I started to listen to my heart's desires. And that is when I went the deepest into inner work that I've ever gone before. I can proudly say that I haven't actually got angry and shouted. Like, I've had little discussions with Aaron, right? I haven't argued with him in months. Like, fully, truly shouting, arguing, I haven't done it in months. And it's so strange for me to, like, say that, because people that have been doing, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, arguing is normal, like, getting angry is normal, shouting at each other is normal. Like, no, guys. We only shout because we're dysregulated. We only get angry because of trauma. We only get frustrated because we keep getting triggered. But if we sit there in our body and we focus on the love and we focus on being grounded and present, you'll find that nothing matters. Nothing matters, and there's always room to give love to everyone and everything. Nobody needs to be living in this harsh reality of the roller coaster of emotions going up and down, getting triggered, then being fine. Like, there is no, what is your emotional baseline at that rate? What is your happiness baseline if you're on the roller coaster of life? This is something I learned in the positive psychology lessons, is that everyone has a happiness baseline. So you could be a 5 in your happiness baseline, and then you go up to a 6, you go down to a 3, you go up to a 7, but you always remain at a 5. You could be at a baseline of 7, but you will always go back to a 7. You have a car accident, maybe for a year, you're sad, but you'll always go back to a 7. You win the lottery, you always go back to a 7, right? And this thing of being present, doing these things I'm about to tell you about, are the things that cause you to increase your happiness baseline. First of all, happiness baseline will be increased by doing what you love again, like an inner child, as we spoke about. Also by increasing your knowledge, getting more hobbies, doing what you love again, just doing more of those hobbies, right? That's another way of increasing your happiness baseline. But number 3 is just being present and doing what you love. So what I mean by being present here is doing one task at a time. You don't realize how many times you're multitasking. Maybe you're doing the washing up, listening to music. Cleaning, listening to music. You're in the bath watching a YouTube video. You're getting ready in the morning with something on in the background. You're like editing something on your phone, but you're watching TV in the background. You put on a movie whilst you're like texting someone. This is doing multiple things at once, because else we think we will be bored. But really, bored is our baseline, right? I was having this super deep conversation with Aaron the other day, and I was like, oh my God. He was like, bored is our baseline. Bored is literally something we're so scared of, but that is what we're supposed to be, because bored is actually a positive thing. It means you're fully in the moment and grounded, and when you sit with that, you get happy. But most people see it as boring and negative because they never allow themselves to be fully present, because they're so stimulated. If you get bored by doing nothing, it means you're overstimulated. There, I said it. If you're bored by doing nothing, you're overstimulated. If you sit down and you're like, yes, I'm gonna do nothing, aka something as simple as meditating, right? And you can sit through a meditation for like 10-20 minutes, congratulations, you're slowing down. This is healthy for you, and you are officially no longer overstimulated. Now you can listen to your body, You're in rest and digest. You can digest your food finally without, like, you know, having stomachache and everything and indigestion. You can now be fully present in your body. Another way of doing this is grounding and going in nature. I have a grounding mat. It was over there, but it's on the sofa now. I had the grounding mat on the floor before, but then I found myself, like, I always sit with my feet up on the sofa, so I put the grounding mat on the sofa. Also, I was recording a video over here by the window earlier on, and I had the grounding mat beneath me. So whatever you're doing, you can put the grounding mat beneath you, or you can just go for a walk. I went to go get a Dr. Pepper earlier on from the shop, but I walked the long way around because as soon as I got outside, I found myself just, oh my God, silence, observing the world, the nature, the cold on my skin, everything just puts you straight back down to earth. It's insane how grounding just going for a walk is. Spending time in nature. Obviously, right now, if you're in the UK, it's like below freezing, so you're probably not going to want to get your toes out and go in your garden and walk through the flowers that aren't there anymore. So yes, things like grounding mats, grounding pillows, anything, or just going for a walk in nature with, you can get those copper sole grounding shoes. I had some a while ago. Also, I bought grounding strips for my Crocs because I used to wear Crocs all the time when we went to our office every day, and I put grounding strips on my Crocs, so I was getting grounded through my Crocs even though my Crocs are plastic, so that was a really good idea. And then you let out all the excess energy, and it's just so good for your body. Meditating, journaling, practicing gratitude, all of those things will keep you in the present moment. All of those things will keep you reflecting on yourself, listening to your heart's desires, thinking about and feeling what you want to do in that moment, the next day, all of those things. Meditating, ask yourself a question and meditate on it. You'll find the most different, unique, but most heart-aligned answer will come up from your intuition, because your intuition is a combination of your heart and your logic. So actually, your intuition is the perfect answer. Practicing gratitude every day will always keep you in the present moment. It will keep you so happy, so full of just positive vibrations, so that then you can manifest easier, you can ascend easier. It's just so good for your mental health. I don't even have all of the facts. I cannot even reiterate all of the facts. There's so much benefits to meditation, journaling, and practicing gratitude. They even recommended this in all of the positive psychology courses. If you go for therapy, they will tell you to practice gratitude, they'll tell you to journal, and they'll tell you to try and meditate as much as you can as well. So here it is, your advice for free. That's what they'll tell you to do. They'll also get you to do shadow work, which is what I talk about all the time on my channel. So if you want free shadow work knowledge, then a lot of that is on YouTube. A lot of it is also in the Paid to Exist program as well, if you want to go completely in depth and have like the one-on-one through the screen instructions in a big specific line of like ways and trainings step by step. Other than that, if you want just bits and pieces and bite-sized pieces, then I have loads of shadow work videos and also positive success psychology videos as well, which if you're subscribed, you already know. And just taking more care of yourself, spending longer periods of time doing your self-care. Longer periods of time, maybe you take a bath instead of a shower. Maybe you do a face mask in the bath. Maybe you buy more fun little things to do with yourself. Like maybe you buy some more face masks, or maybe you buy like a lip mask, or I don't know, whatever it is. Groom yourself more. Buy things purposefully to spend time with yourself. I bought some matcha face mask stuff from Lush the other day, but then also I bought like an actual face sheet mask where you can just see eyes in your mouth. That's so fun to do as well. I do my LED light therapy mask every single day grounding every day, all of these self-care things, and you will find that eventually your whole life is just full of self-care, and you're having so much fun, and you're pouring so much love into yourself, and eventually you will be you again, and you'll be like, wow, this is what it's like to live on a high vibration all of the time. And that happiness scale of yours, that happiness baseline will go up and up and up the more you do these things. The more you'll realize in the moment that you're spending with yourself and doing nothing, the more you'll realize what your heart's craving, the more you'll realize the career paths you want to take. Instead of getting home and feeling depleted and switching on a movie to keep your mind, to distract you from the feeling of sadness, or opting for a coffee in the morning because you're tired, don't let your brain distract you. Don't let your mind distract you from your body. Your body is telling you something. Don't become reliant on all of these external things. Everything you need is within you, and when you rely on everything else, you're being less and less you every day. Your you is getting pushed down more and more and more every day, and you have to activate you in order to live the passive princess life, get paid to exist, do what you love, and be ultimately the most fulfilled and happy version of yourself that you can be. So that's everything. That's everything that I wanted to say, I'm pretty sure. I hope you liked today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.